Welcome to Utah Business Spotlight. I'm Sam Urey, publisher at Utah Business Magazine, and today I'm joined by Mr. Radd Berrett, Senior Advisor at Operation Underground Railroad. He's here to tell us a little bit about himself, Operation Underground Railroad's mission, and the new film, The Abolitionists. Welcome, Radd. Appreciate you being here.
It's great being here. Unknown to me, and I'm not sure where it was instilled, but we always kind of took the underdogs. We always chose those teams. I think being raised, very distinctly remember my father saying, "Son, if somebody's getting beat on, and you're watching it, you might as well be doing it. Get in there, break it up, or help the guy that's getting beat on and end it." And maybe that has carried on through to what I'm doing now. Instead of a kid getting beat on, these are kids that are being sexually exploited and trafficked all across the world. Operation Underground Railroad it's a 501c3, a nonprofit organization based here in Salt Lake City. Actually, our offices are in Draper, which you have visited. It was founded about 2.5 years ago by a gentleman named Tim Ballard, who was a former Homeland Security, special agent with Homeland Security and the CIA. And Tim was instrumental in helping to shine light globally on the child sex tourism industry and child sex trafficking. He was on the Child Sex Crimes Task Force, and he, after years of working with some terrific people in the government, outside of the government, got frustrated, concerned that there would be these huge trafficking networks where he had identified a dozen or perhaps 24 children that were being trafficked and set up specifically for sex. And we're talking about anywhere from 9-year-olds to 13, 14, 15-year-olds. But if there wasn't a U.S. connection, if there wasn't a U.S. resident involved, the government, not that they didn't want to do help, but they couldn't, technically and legally, they couldn't send his team out to get these kids. And it happened enough where he went, I can't see this and not do something about it. So he took a huge leap and started an organization called Operation Underground Railroad, OUR, and we literally break up child sex slavery rings all over the world. You know, human trafficking is the second largest illicit enterprise in the world. I mean, it only is outpaced by narco trafficking, and in third place is international arms dealing. But as far as on a scale of profitability, if you and I sell, not that we would, Sammy, a pound of cocaine or a kilo of cocaine, we've got to go and get another kilo and replace it. If I traffic a child for sex for $300 for a night, I don't have to replace that. That kid's good to me, good for me, literally thousands of times. And some of these kids will get
Thousands of times.
They'll get raped hundreds of times, potentially 50, 60 times in a day.
That's sobering. That's gut-wrenching. And your job in all of this, are you sitting in the back seat? Now, maybe on the first mission you were observing. Today, 18 months later, I know that Radd is being deployed to Southeast Asia on a mission here very soon. Will you be in the back seat watching, or what's your role now?
No. My role now is to play the rich American middle-aged guy that wants to set up these sex parties. Whether we're in the Americas, Latin Americas, or in India or Thailand or Nepal, every state, every country, every city is a little bit different. But typically I'll go in and play the role of a rich American wanting a sex party with kids. When we do a sting, a takedown, I get arrested right next to the trafficker and the pimps. They throw us to the ground and they handcuff us, and there's a gun in the back of our head, so we can maintain our cover and stay safe. We won't do a rescue, unless we have a recovery resource. We actually have a director of recovery at OUR, Jessica Mash. She literally travels the world with the advanced team, finding and vetting out orphanages and recovery facilities. It doesn't do us any good to pull a bunch of kids out if they're just going to end up back in the streets or back to the family that potentially sold them in the first place. We have, to date now, 2 years later, 18 different countries. We've rescued, as of now, probably this morning, it's probably just clipped 500 kids.
Really?
And about 175 arrests of traffickers and pimps. So we're making a dent in it, Sam, but we're talking about 2 to 2.5 million children. We have, really are a grassroots effort. We have tens of thousands of unique donors that are coming in at $25, $30, $35 a month that are consistently supporting us. It is a multi-million-dollar entity, and it's an expensive business. Again, we've rescued 500 kids in 2 years. There's 2.5 million kids out there. There will always be a need for us to operate, to go in and do the stings and to bust these bad guys. So we've got these amazing donors, but we need more. We need bigger donors. We need to reach the corporate community, sustained donors, and it really, truly makes a difference. Our donors are involved.
Radd, if a corporate sponsor watching this, the CFO of some large company here in Salt Lake or regionally, or just Joe Schmo out there wants to donate, how do they do it? How do they find you?
The best way is to go to our website. There's direct links there. It tells you a little bit about the founding of the company and what we're up to now, what we've done. And that website is OURrescue, all one word, OURrescue.org.
So The Abolitionists, the movie, it premieres May 16th in over 600 theaters nationwide. Who was the director? What is the work?
Chet Fletch, Fletch Thomas, Darren Fletcher put the movie together. They're the co-directors. But really interestingly, the producer of this movie is a Hollywood icon by the name of Gerald Mullen. Gerald Mullen produced Schindler's List, Days of Thunder and Rain Man and the Jurassic series. Very, very successful guy. He heard about what we were doing. He asked if it would be okay to send a film crew with us. That's where the filming came in. They filmed a couple of our first operations and jumps and have turned it into a documentary, an acclaimed and award-winning documentary that airs May 16th, 600 different theaters across the country. And it really tells the story of a modern-day abolitionist. Tim and his team, and shows us going into a couple of different countries. And then frankly, Sam, we didn't have success all the time. Most of the time we do. The overwhelming time, most of the time we're gonna rescue kids. But we don't always. It's not Hollywood. But it's a great documentary, and I couldn't be more honored to be a part of it.
Very sobering topic, very disturbing topic. I encourage all of you to go out and see The Abolitionist. It's in theaters May 16th. Again, over 600 theaters nationwide. And Radd, how many here in the state of Utah, just out of curiosity?
Oh gosh, as many of the Miller Cineplex complexes they have.
Thanks again for joining us. I'm Sam Urey, publisher of Utah Business Magazine, and our guest has been Radd Berrett at Operation Underground Railroad. Check back with us next week for a new episode on utahbusiness.com, and look for Radd's link on our website as well.